Did you know that stress can be harmful to your bones? But on the other hand, learning techniques to reduce stress can be beneficial. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm Margie Bissinger. I'm a physical therapist, integrative health coach, and a happiness trainer. And I'm a member of the New Jersey Interagency Council on Osteoporosis. And part of our mission is to provide osteoporosis education. And that's what this program is part of. And I've been working with people with osteoporosis for over 25 years. And the good news is there's so much that can be done. And what I've seen is people come to see me and they're so interested making sure that they're doing the right exercises and they're eating the right foods. And they don't even realize that the stress itself plays a major role. So I'm going to share my slides and we're going to get started. So stress and our bones. So our objectives today is we're going to go over how stress affects our bones, the latest research on stress and bone density, and what techniques we can use. And I'm going to teach you 3 that you can put to use right away, as well as the connection between happiness, stress, and bone health, and a few tips that we can do to increase our happiness, which will also reduce our stress. So let's get started. So first of all, with stress, what happens when we have stress for a long time is that cortisol is released, and cortisol is the stress hormone. And what it does, it causes a reduction in bone density by reducing the activity of the osteoblasts, which are the bone building cells. And they've done research, and one study showed that in postmenopausal women, anxiety levels were associated with bone mineral density in the lumbar spine and the femoral neck, part of the hip. They also found that high social stress was associated with greater bone loss over 6 years of follow-up in postmenopausal women. So there's research on this, and we know that stress affects every aspect of our health, including our bones. So the good news is when we learn these techniques, besides helping our bone health, it will help everything. And who wants to be plagued with stress? So let's just talk about cortisol for a minute, because cortisol, the stress hormone, has a good function. If we're running from a tiger, if there's a burning car, we need to get out of the way. So our mechanism is that it raises our blood sugar and increases our blood pressure so that the blood can get into our extremities and we can run from the tiger. And that's fine if it's just temporary. That's what it's meant to be. The problem is stress is everywhere and it's constant. So when it becomes prolonged, that's when all the problems start. And unfortunately, in our society today, there is so much stress. And with everything we've been through this year, it's even increased. I personally realized that I was not practicing what I preached when on my way, I signed up for this great 8-week mindfulness meditation program. And on the way to meditation, I actually got a speeding ticket and it hit me in the head. And here I am teaching stress reduction, that I was not practicing that myself. And I was just running around like a crazy person. But I was very upset when I received this, but realized it was a blessing in disguise. I took it so seriously. I took that meditation class seriously. I began a practice of meditation as well as other stress reduction techniques. And to this day, and this was around 11 years ago, it's every single day I do techniques. And I'm really a different person. Because my natural nature is not to be relaxed. But since I've been doing these techniques, it changes your life. I'm able to go with the flow, because we can't just say, let's eliminate stress. That's not possible. The world is stressful and we all have stress in our lives. So it's not the stress, it's how we handle it. And there can be 2 people who are sitting in traffic, same traffic. One person's pulling their hair out, they're getting stressed, they're getting all their chemicals going, negatively affecting their body and their bones. And another person is, you know what, I'll use this time to just do some breathing or think about something. So same situation, same stressor, two people can act very, very differently. So let's go over what works. And I've been doing these techniques with patients for, as I said, these techniques actually over 35 years, so a really long time. So number one, the most important thing is we're going at such a pace. And the easiest thing is to just hit the pause button and breathe. And breathing is so incredibly helpful. But the thing with the breathing is that it's not shallow breathing. It's not from here because that's going to be stressful. So it's a deep breathing. So when you breathe in, your stomach is actually going to expand. So what I want everybody to do is just put your hand on your stomach. And when you breathe in, if you can feel your stomach expanded, so when you breathe in, your stomach is actually coming out. And then when you exhale, your stomach is coming in. So we could let's just do a real quick one. There's a lot of different ways to breathe, but we could breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 4. So let's just try that. We'll just try it twice. So breathe in and feel your stomach coming out, and then hold for 4, 2, 3, 4. Then hold it for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then exhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. So again, inhale, hold, and exhale. So that's an easy way to start. Or if you just want to inhale for 4 and exhale for 4. And they found a lot of people like to even have a longer exhale. So you can even inhale maybe for 4, exhale for 8, whatever works for you. But the key is to just first of all, to be in a good posture, because when we're contracted and rounded, we're not going to be able to expand and get as much oxygen into our lungs and really benefit from that breath. So be in a good position, be in a good posture, and then just take some nice deep breaths that go into the belly. And you may need to practice that because it may not come natural. But if you just work on it, you'll start getting the hang of it. So some nice, deep, gentle belly breaths are great. And you can even say, when you're breathing in, to breathe in peace and calm. And when you exhale, you can exhale anxiety, frustration, fear, whatever it is. So that's technique number 1. Really, really simple, but so powerful. And that's what I always start with because it's easy. It's free. We all have this. But what I want you to do in addition is to you can use breathing all day long, but especially before you eat, because it does a few things. Number 1, you'll eat slower, which is good. But here is the key when it comes to our bones. It's also, if you're just shoving food in, like I used to do as a physical therapist, shoving food in and doing a million things while you're eating, your body is not relaxed. Your body thinks you're running from a tiger. And so guess what? It shuts down digestion. So we're not going to be absorbing the nutrients that we need for our bones. So just taking a few deep breaths, being relaxed before we eat, makes a huge difference. It will also decrease bloating. You'll eat less and you'll enjoy it. You'll be able to savor your food. So do the breathing before you eat. And that's easy because when you tie it in, when you do any activity and tie it into something you're already doing, you're much more likely to do it. So really simple. And it's a tool you always have, or definitely before you eat. But if you're feeling like you might be, and that's preventative as well. But if you're feeling something stressful coming on, you can just stop, take some nice deep breaths. So something else you can do is use imagery. The body doesn't know if something's real or perceived. So if you want to relax, all you need to do is close your eyes. And let's do it for a minute. We're going to just close your eyes and think about a place that you love, a place that just makes you feel so relaxed. And now feel what does it smell like? Just that you're in that place right now. What are you seeing? What are you smelling? Who are you with? and just get the sense. And that you can do that for a very short time. Very effective. These are just some scenes I like. And this is my all-time favorite in Sedona. I just have to think of this and it just causes relaxation. Or if you go on a great vacation, remember it. And then anytime during the day, you can utilize it. What we can do with these techniques, we can do the 30-second micropause. And this is something I learned from an acupuncturist named Jason Neff. And I love this, and I've been using this for years, and it's so simple because we all have 30 seconds, even the busiest person. All we do is pause for 30 seconds. But here's the key. You need to do it before or after switching tasks, because this way you'll remember what to do. So we talked about before eating is one way we're going to do breathing, but we could also do it whatever it is, whether it's after you take a bathroom break, or when you walk in the house, or after you get off a meeting, or whatever you do on a regular basis. Just add this to the 30-second, add this micropause, and then do something inward and calming. So it could be either of the techniques I just showed you, where to just do breathing, or to just do, the imagery where you put yourself in some place that's relaxing. For 30 seconds, that's it. And the aim would be to do, and you could do it longer, of course, but at least 30 seconds. And the aim would be to do around 6 micropauses a day. So what is that? That's 3 minutes. Think of that. 3 minutes could completely change your life. So that's the second one. And this is actually my all-time favorite. And I saved it for last in terms of a stress reduction technique. It's called the quick coherence technique. And this technique is from the HeartMath Institute. They've done major research on the heart, relaxation, happiness. And what they found was that this technique actually takes you out of the stress response and puts you into the relaxation response. And so this is a proven technique, and it's so easy and it feels so good. So there's 3 parts to it. I'm going to tell you what it is, and then we're going to do it. Number 1, you're going to focus on your heart. So if you can, I like people to put their hands on their heart. Then we're going to, number 2, breathe in and out of our hearts. Like really visualize the breath is coming in and out of our hearts. And number 3, we're going to do a certain feeling. So close your eyes and see how you feel right now, just your level of stress or tension. Close your eyes and take your hand and place it on your heart. And just doing that causes the release of oxytocin, which is one of the bonding hormones that also causes relaxation. So just doing that. Now think about your heart. Now we're going to visualize that the breath is just coming in and out of the heart. So let's just take some nice breaths and just visualize that the breath's coming in and out of the heart. And now what I want you to do is I want you to visualize or think about a person that you love, an animal you love, a situation or a place that you love that just makes you feel, just brings love and happiness and joy and ease into your heart. Just think about, it could be a group of people, a person, an animal. And if you can't think of anyone, just think of bringing in ease, love, and compassion. Just say those words. So think about the situation or the people, the person that just fills you with love and joy. And let that feeling permeate through your whole body. How good you feel when you're with that person or in the situation. And just absorb it. And that's it. That's it. Just you feel that great positive feeling inside. And it only takes a minute or 2, but it's so powerful. But here's the deal with the quick coherence technique. If you just do it once, then how do you feel now? Just see how you feel now. Do you feel a little more relaxed? And that was only, a minute or two. But here's the thing. You do it once, yes, you'll feel good for that minute. But if you practice it a few times a day and make it a habit, so every day I would say do it a few times a day, then what happens, your body learns, becomes like a habit. So then all I need to do is just put my hand in my heart and I instantly go into this nice relaxation response, or even just think about it. Sort of like how certain things can trigger you and you go into the stress response. Well, this is the opposite. So it's very powerful, so easy, and you just feel great and it really calms you down. So I definitely recommend this. So we're going to move on, but those are 3 easy things that can make a huge difference and really start reducing your stress. So breathing's number 1. Number 2 was doing, really visualizing and imagery, places that are relaxing. And then the quick coherence technique. And you can do all of those. The other 2, just for 30 seconds. And even this one you can do for 30 seconds. But, try them, put them into your life. So I'm just going to do one more thing because I teach happiness. And I've been doing this 35 years work. And I really believe happiness also reduces stress and improves health. There's just no question. I've seen people back pain, neck pain improve so much faster when people learn different happiness strategies. And they've done studies showing that life satisfaction, that they saw that life satisfaction was actually predicted reduced bone density, how much bone loss. So there's definitely a correlation in this. And I just want to share something to really help increase happiness. Because so often we are swarmed with negativity. And we do, unfortunately, have more negative thoughts. The average person, 80% of our thoughts are negative. Think about that. How sad is that? But we can rewire our brain. They've studied this. So here's 3 easy things to do. You get up in the morning, look for the good. Just, often we think of all the things that aren't working. Start focusing on what is working, because what you focus on grows. And when you start focusing on what's good, more appears. So start looking for good things. If that's hard, pretend you're giving out awards for the cutest dog, the nicest person, just start giving out awards during the day, at least 5. Number 2, when something good happens, savor it for 20 seconds. So if someone gives you a compliment, oh, you really worked, I love what you did. That project was so great. Instead of saying, oh, that was nothing. Oh, thank you so much. I really worked hard on it, and absorb the feeling. You see a sunset, absorb how good it feels. And then go to a 3-to-1 ratio, because when you have negative thoughts, you're going to have negative thoughts, of course. And, we can't just throw them in the closet there. But what you can do is also counteract them with 3. So instead of absorbing all the negativity, okay, you got that. But now think of 3 true but positive things. So we're going to counteract the negativity, and that can make a big difference as well. So these are just some things to add to your repertoire to decrease your stress, increase your happiness, and I promise you these can be life-changing. And why not enjoy? We have one life to live. Why shouldn't it be the happiest with the least amount of stress, so we can really enjoy our life, as well as keeping, this is important for our bone health as well. And just note that change takes time. So you certainly don't want to get stressed from, oh, I forgot the breathing. So just do a few of these things. You may just want to start out with the breathing, or if you like the quick coherence technique, just start out with a few things. And, for change to be sustainable, you want it to be slow, gradually. That's what I find works. And be kind to yourself. That we're nice to everyone else and often not nice to ourselves. So it's really important. And just some resources. So it's New Jersey Interagency Council on Osteoporosis. We have so many things, and we're constantly updating and providing fabulous resources and educational materials. And I just wanted to tell you a little bit about it. We call it the ICO, but it's a multidisciplinary coalition really comprised of very different members from the public, from the state government, healthcare, academic, corporate communities. And our mission is to advise the New Jersey Department of Human Services on and to participate in the development, implementation, and evaluation of a comprehensive osteoporosis prevention and education program for the benefit of New Jersey residents. So we're always doing things. We're always looking for new and better ways to help everyone. And I'm just so honored to be part of this amazing group because we've been working together for a long time. And it's important for us to really help all of you. And just some other resources for osteoporosis: the National Osteoporosis Foundation, the International Osteoporosis Foundation, American Bone Health, and always the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. So thank you for listening. I hope you can take some of these tips and put it into your life. And we want to enjoy our life. That's what we're here for. So on that note, enjoy the rest of your day. And it's been a pleasure being with everybody.